Good afternoon, and welcome to VMT News. My name is DeLeon. Today's story is on October 1st. California will add COVID-19 vaccination to immunizations required per student. It was announced in San Francisco Friday morning. The grades will be from 7th to 12th grade and elementary schools, and will only start after Food and Drug Administration fully approves the FDA authorization the COVID-19 vaccine to include people ages 12 to 15 in May. And in August, the agency will grant full approval to Pfizer vaccine for people 16 and older. For the next story, in October 5, Russia has hit a record of coronavirus for the third time. Russia's state Corona Task Force reported 25,110 new confirmed cases on Tuesday and 895 new deaths, the country's highest daily death toll in the pandemic. The Kremlin has said that the situation alleviates concerns, but still is not considered a countrywide lockdown or any other nationwide measures. Deputy Prime Minister and head of the country coronavirus task force, Tantan Ova, said Tuesday that Russia is close to registering 30,000 coronavirus infections a day. There are 3 times more confirmed corona cases this fall compared with last fall, she said. For next story, the Los Angeles City Council on the last Wednesday approved a new ordinance that could require proof of vaccination against COVID-19 to enter indoor restaurants, shopping centers, movie theaters, hair and nail salons, and many other indoor venues. The council was scheduled to vote in the last week, but held off when Council Joe Buscaino said that he would withhold his vote after raising concerns about how the new rules will be enforced. The vote was 11-2, with Councilor John Lee joining Buscaino in opposing the law. Lee said earlier this year that he had concerns with the plan, arguing that it was arbitrary and will not lead to increased vaccinations for all residents under the new law. Business must require proof of vaccination when customer enters indoor facilities starting on November 4, including coffee shops, gyms, museums, bowling alleys, spas, and a range of other venues. The requirements are set to expire when the city lifts its emergency declaration for the COVID pandemic. For next story, suspect cartel member involved in human smuggling and armed with AK-47s have been taunting Texas Army National Guard soldiers at southern border. In recent days, officials told Fox News that Texas Department of Public Safety said there has been multiple instances over the past several days. A suspect cartel gunman wearing Texas vest and armed with AK-47 standing in near the Rio Grandes in Sterry County, Texas. The Texas Department of Public Safety is committed to securing our southern border under the directions of Texas Greg Abbott. The statement said, "We continue to monitor the situation as it unfolds in order to make real-time decisions and will adjust operations as necessary." Now for Taco Tuesday, if there is one thing that Laredo has a love for, is for tacos. Mexican restaurants dot the landscape for and wide in Gateway City, but one of Laredo's most visited breakfast spots lies at Stripes convenience stores. Nearly every morning, long lines are seen at local Stripes. A clear sign of Laredo adaptations is Tacayo. The Laredo Taco Company's restaurants that are in nearby every Stripes in Laredo and throughout the state. And this Tuesday, the Laredo Taco Company will be paying back some of the love hosting a view party for the first episode of its new Made Right Here road trip series, which will feature the Gateway City in a starring role. The free public screening will run from 7 to 9 p.m. at Average Joe parking lot at 9652 McPherson Road. We will be right back with weather and more. Stay tuned.
Scene 103, take 1.
I thought we'd be on the same page about this, and we're not.
How do I know the way I'm going to respond to it?
I want you to get the vaccine because I want you to be safe.
What if you end up in the hospital? That's what I'm scared of.
If you was to die, man, that would literally kill me, man.
I hug you.
Yes. If it made you feel that way, bro, I would probably do. I love you, man. I love you too.
We come back with Vicente. Thanks for staying to us. Today forecast will be in the 90s degrees with humidity of 56 and will 1% chance of rain. It will be mostly sunny for tomorrow, Friday. It will be also within the 90 degrees with 23 chances of rain. It will be partly cloudy, and lastly for this Saturday will be in the 70s with 1 chance of rain with a humidity of 38. Thanks, and that's all for weather.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own
back.
catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's
Vicente,
always
get a little
said
faster, please, man.
Wildfires.
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there.
The time is all messed up, so don't worry about the time.
Yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Thank you for staying with us. In sports, we have NFL Week 6 schedule, scores update, and more. We start with the scandal that engulfed the Vegas Raiders and former coach John Gruden on the minds of every heading into Week 6 of the 2021 NFL season. Under interim coach Rich Bisaccia, Las Vegas is on the road is in an important AFC West matchup against the Denver Broncos on Sunday. A win could put some of the controversy behind the organization, but a loss could keep the darker cloud over the organization for another week. The Miami Dolphins and Jacksonville Jaguars will compete in the second straight London game of the season. Tagovailoa was back at practice during the week and could play in the game. Jacksonville will be looking for its first win of the season. For the next story, Squid Game. The creator of the Squid Game, the immensely popular international hit for Netflix, reviewed how financial crisis over the past decade, as well as the election of Donald Trump, expired to make the show. Filmmaker Hwang Dong-hyuk spoke with IndieWire, where he revealed that he originally produced the idea of Squid Game, which he envisioned at time as a movie in 2008. At the time, there was the Lehman Brothers crisis. The Korean economy was severely affected, and I was also economy struggling. He explained, over the past 10 years, there has been a lot of issues. However, it was not until he noticed the elections of Donald Trump in the U.S. 8 years later that he finally became convinced that the world was ready for Squid Game. When Donald Trump became president of the United States and he resembled one of the VIPs in the Squid Game, he explained it almost he running a game, not a country, like giving people horror. After all these issues happened, I thought it was about time that this show went out into the world. That is what Don Hyun said. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We hope that you are us with next week here at VMT. Have a wonderful day. I messed up so many times.